Welcome to On the Move with Nan and Kam, and today we are joined by Desiree Tunnell, who is. Are you the president of President's Council?
Yeah, I think technically it's the chair, but it's like the
No,
same.
let's say president.
The
You
president
are
is
the
president.
president of the President's Council. And the President's Council is our young professionals board at Sports Backers. So it's really fun. It's a great way for people with all differing types of jobs and in all different industries that are feeling passionate about active living and about the Sports Backers mission to kind of get together and socialize, mingle, network, become friends. And then also just they are really great active volunteers for Sports Backers. And Desiree, you fill in. What am I missing about the President's Council?
Yeah. So we mainly support sports backers in a few different ways. As you said, we provide volunteer support, and we typically, we always joke that we get the good volunteer positions because it's mutually beneficial. Sports backers knows that we are responsible, like invested volunteers. Not that your other volunteers aren't, but and we get to do kind of like cool jobs at the events, which is stuff that we'd probably be participating in some regard anyways. So I think the example that we like to use is somebody from President's Council has driven the pace car in the past.
I mean,
we have people from President's Council who manage the start line at the 10K. I run bag check at the 10K, which is super fun because I get to see a lot of my running friends come and drop off their stuff. And wish them luck on something that, is a fun event. So that's one of the ways that we support sports backers. We also promote sports backers events and initiatives to our friends, our community. We talk it up. And yeah, we're kind of a community support, I guess, for sports backers as an organization.
It's a great way to describe it. So I know that you're a runner, but how did you get involved with President's Council from the beginning, and how long have you been a member?
Yeah, so I was asked by somebody that I knew from work if I wanted to come out and see a meeting and see what it was like and potentially join. And that was in the early 2019. And it was actually like perfect timing because I had just done MTT, marathon training team. I'd run my first marathon. I was like on a sports backers high. And the first meeting that I went to, because we alternate, we have speaker meetings and we have social meetings. And it happened to be a speaker meeting with the mayor, which was
cool.
Yeah. Super cool. So yeah, I was kind of sucked in from the start. It was great timing for me personally and professionally. And yeah, I just met some really great people and decided, this is like something that I want to be involved in.
Nice. That is a cool way to get started. You're like, oh, this is what it's like from the beginning. Like, I really want to do this.
Yeah. Very VIP from the start.
Yeah, right. Starting on quite the high.
Yeah. You're like, there's a marathon, now this? Like, I'm in there.
Right. Totally.
I know we've talked about getting the young professionals to be more of a younger crowd. And so that's why when Megan asked me to post it on social, I was like, that would be a perfect way to bring in the younger crowd, because she was like, I was just going to send an email. And I was like, no, because I rarely read I just delete all my emails. I was like, Instagram and Facebook is like the perfect way, or LinkedIn, the perfect way to bring in the younger crowd for young professionals. So why do you think that it's so important for young professionals to get involved with organizations that they love and then join the President's Council, for instance?
So I think, take even the professional part out of it. I think community is very important. Right. I think it's what humans need, it's what makes me happy. I think it's what makes a lot of people happy. So young professionals, you're out of college, maybe you're in a new city, you're kind of looking for connections. And something like this is a great way to meet people that are interested in probably the same things that you are. So sports backers, President's Council tends to be a group of young professionals who are all interested in furthering sports backers' mission. Like, we are interested in active lifestyles. We typically lead active lifestyles. And so there's that common shared bond there, even if professionally we might not be in the same industries. So it's really nice. I've met tons of people that I would not meet through my job, and we already have something in common to talk about and to bond over, and we have a lot of different skills that we can bring the group and kind of share. Yeah, I think it's such a nice way to build community in your life, and to make some friends and meet some people, and maybe they're not, like varying levels of friends. Like you can make running friends there. You can make, like I have a few friends in the group. Like I'm going on a bike ride with somebody from President's Council this weekend. And it's just a great way to interact with people and meet people and kind of expand your social circle.
Yeah, I actually saw one of my friends from middle school that I haven't seen in a long time. She was at the President's Council interest meeting, and I was like, oh my gosh, like, what are you doing? She's doing MTT for the first time. And since she follows us on Instagram and, like, she's been seeing us post, so that's why she wanted to get involved. And
I think MTT to President's Council is a real pipeline.
Yeah. I think MTT to anything sports backers is about being a real pipeline.
Yeah. And she did say, she was like, it's been great. I didn't think that joining MTT was going to have so much of an influence and like impact on my training.
Yeah.
But she was like, I'm so glad that I did it because there's no way I would have been able to do this by myself. And I was like, good. I like that.
I agree. Yeah. MTT is incredible. I mean, I know that we're supposed to be talking about President's Council, but let's talk about all of sports backers. MTT is incredible. My first season, I ran with, at the time was Nutty, now is Sky for people who know.
Oh, yeah.
And I made like two of my best friends running that season. I just had the best experience. Like I was running with one of the coaches on the marathon, and anything past 20 miles you've never done before.
Oh yeah.
So he ran with me from I think like 22 until 25 or something like that. And every time we hit a mile, I was like, mile 22. Wow.
It is wow.
It is that exciting.
Yeah. And I mean, he was like laughing because it's infectious, but it was also, he was like, you still have to go a little bit longer. But
hey, I think just get excited about every single mile. I'm on your page.
Right.
Yeah. It was so fun.
What has been the most fun part about being on the President's Council for you?
Definitely meeting new people. That's been really fun. But also we've had some really cool speakers. Like I said, the mayor, LeVar Stoney, was the speaker back in 2019 for my first meeting. We've gotten kind of like insider tours at VCU basketball, so seeing the facilities there. Also at VCU, we went and saw their kinesiology department's VO2 max testing area.
Oh, cool.
And one of our members got to do a VO2 max test, which was really cool.
Yeah, I nerd out on stuff like that. I would have loved that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really cool to kind of get a like behind the scenes look at some other organizations in the area. We've met with people that have founded yoga studios. We have met with Shalom Farms, what they're doing with community agriculture. It's been such a cool way to see other organizations in Richmond that are doing really important things. And then to get to ask them questions and have kind of an open dialogue with somebody that is from that organization. It's a cool way to kind of be in the know.
Definitely. I remember I'm a big VC basketball fan, and I remember like you all kind of got an early tour of the practice facility, and I think that's one that they've repeated since, but it was like a time I couldn't come, and I was like so jealous. I was like, how are they getting that inside scoop?
Yep. I've had to miss a handful of things just with like work conflicts, and I feel like it's always something that I'm like,
that's what I've been waiting on.
Right?
That's how life always is.
Yeah. Megan does a great job scheduling those, so they'll always come back to some other
mm-hmm. Yeah, and one of the other cool things is when you join, you fill out, a form, and you can request topics, speakers, places. And we take those into consideration and reach out to them and say, hey, our members are requesting this. Can we come and get a tour? Can we, have somebody from your organization come speak? And 9 times out of 10, they say, absolutely, we'd love to. And it's cool because our members get say in, what we get to do.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm sure that like, as the group continues to grow, like the more people that enter, you never know who knows who. So like somebody could come in and be like, I know, again, the mayor, like I know somebody, this person's my uncle who founded this. And it's like, oh, great.
Yeah.
Let's go there. Like, let's talk to this person. So, yeah, it's always cool to see like who knows who, and like,
Totally.
oh wow, that's crazy. How do you know them?
Yeah. I also like that it's like, because I think about when you go to a networking event, like any networking event, you find somebody, you're talking to them, you're like, oh, I really like them. Like 9 times out of 10, unless you're reaching out to them for like a professional reason after that, because of something with your like companies aligning, you're not seeing them again.
Yeah.
And I was like, I do love the idea of like, it's great. You President's Council, like you're saying, you get to actually make friends, and it is that networking vibe, but it's by your like 3rd time, you probably know a lot about a lot of people that are on President's Council.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you kind of run into them in different situations. So it's not even just at the President's Council meeting. It's like they'll also be volunteering at the expo. So you'll run into them there and talk for a little bit, or maybe you're in a starting corral with them. And, you know, it's Richmond. It's a big little city, right? So it's nice to kind of see them about town too.
I would say 9 times out of 10, people who are involved in one part of sports backers are also involved in another.
Yes.
We have 2 of our all-stars mentors were at the President's Council.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I was like, okay, so but I feel like if you love sports backers, then you love sports backers, and you're like doing a lot of things, because we're so like, I don't know, influential. We can, if you are looking for a volunteer opportunity or something to like a mentor opportunity, we have it. We got it.
Yeah.
We got it.
Just come to us.
Come check us out.
Yep.
What has been your favorite? You were saying some of the cool volunteer jobs.
So I actually really like running bag check at the 10K because
It's a hard job.
Yeah.
It's definitely actually not that easy, but it is really fun because you get the whole gamut of people at the 10K. This is actually another thing that I love about sports backers events is you have professional athletes all the way to, this is my first time, I've never done anything like this, and a group of friends and I are going to go walk the 10K.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's cool to work bag check where so many people are coming up right before their race, and you get to, you know, tell them good luck or tell them have fun. And sometimes you'll talk to them about, you know, is this your first race? How you feeling? Are you excited? And I really enjoy the joy that happens on race mornings. And then afterwards, you know, they come back to pick up their bags, and if it's not a busy time, our volunteers are asking them, how'd your race go? Did you have fun? Like, you know, did you enjoy the course? And it's in case you can't tell, I like people, and interacting with people is like one of the best things. And then the other thing that I really like volunteering for is doing the bib pick assignments.
Yeah.
I like that too.
I do
it's
too.
Just like a random thing, but it's like you're just doing it over and over. It gets easy after a while, and you're just, hey, nice to meet you. Here you go.
Yeah. When you were describing the bag check, I was literally going to be like, that sounds like what I like about assigning bibs because you see people and you'll be like, it's fun to talk with them for a little bit and hear their like excitement, their nerves about the race or their story. Though it's like, I've done it before, and somebody's been like, you know, you're helping them with a logistical problem, and somebody's like, oh, you know, me and my daughter have run this together every year. There was like this older man, and he was like every year for like 20 years. And I was like, I can't, like, this is just so nice.
Yes, I love that. That also reminds me that at the last 10K Expo, I was doing what is it called? The 10K Club, the one where they run it multiple times.
Legacy Club.
Yeah. 10.2 crew. It was so fun because all these people are like telling me their stories of how they've run it 20 or maybe about to be, 25 times. And I'm giving them like a garden flag or a sticker or something. It was just, that was a really fun job.
People also just get hyped to see their name on a banner. We put everybody's names on that banner, and
they really
joy when people are just taking selfies with their tiny print name.
They're tiny, can't even see it in the picture, but they're like, that's me. That's me.
Yep. I always go look for like my husband's name on there and get excited too. So I fall into that category.
Be recognized. You'd be like, oh, there's my little name.
Yep.
So, okay, I guess back to the President's Council, because we've been like all over the place. Tell people how they can get involved if they're interested in joining.
Yeah, so we'd love to have you. You can reach out to Megan. You can reach out to me. I guess you guys could probably share the email addresses.
Yes, we've got, if you can definitely comment or message us and we'll be able to get you the full gamut of information. But an easy way is look up Megan Capito on our staff. And I was just going to say hers is Megan@sportsbackers.org, but I'm not entirely sure because we have 3 Megans. Is it M Capito? M Capito. So that is MCAPITO @sportsbackers.org. And you can message her and she'll get you all set up.
Yeah, send her an email. If you're not sure, you kind of want to feel us out, come to one of our meetings. We meet monthly on the second Tuesday of the month from September until May, so kind of a school year schedule. And like I said earlier, we alternate speaker meetings with social meetings, and we'd love to have you. So yeah, the way that you would get connected is talking to one of us, and then we have a few things that we ask our members to do. So it's like volunteer at some sports backers events, participate in a sports backers event, which to be frank, most of us already are.
Right.
Attend a certain amount of the meetings and make a donation, but we don't say what the amount is to sports backers because we have, people that work in nonprofits and we have the whole gamut of people and we don't want to bar anybody from entry.
Your favorite, what do you guys do with socials? We talked about the speakers, but what different things have you done for just the social events?
Yeah. So COVID has made everything a little weird, but we're moving out of that. Pre-COVID, we went to Slingshot. That was super fun. I guess Slingshot doesn't exist anymore.
Actually, Slingshot.
R.I.P.
We made a Great American 5,000
Yep.
team. And so we had kind of a running email thread that had questions in it that was like, have you been to this place, or send pictures? And then as part of that, we met at Stone one time and did a run walk on the Capitol Trail. And then we just kind of hung out after as a group.
That's great.
Yeah, we've had some give back nights. We've done some volunteering together. I couldn't attend one, but they were, I think, cleaning up some trails along the river. So yeah, it's been fun.
Yeah, lots of different ways to get out in the community and do something active too, which is always fun. I love getting to see like new parts of town or do activities I wouldn't normally do by myself. Yeah, that's perfect. All right, are you ready for the hardest part of this podcast?
This is the hardest part.
Well, also before we get into the hardest part, we know you're a runner. Are you training for anything right now?
Yeah, I'm going to run the Richmond half.
So fun.
Yep. I avoided my run this morning, so that's what I get to go do in a couple of hours. It's almost lunchtime, so
yeah. At least now you're in the prime time to avoid a morning run because you're not going to fry at lunchtime if you go out.
Yes.
Like you're okay.
It's okay.
Yes.
Yeah,
it's okay.
How many times have you done the half?
Oh gosh, that is a really solid question. A lot.
Okay. Megan told me you've done it plenty of times. Yeah.
I've done the Richmond half a ton. It's my favorite. This is like a kind of a personal thing, but I was diagnosed with a heart condition.
Okay.
And that required surgery. And I actually found out about it 2 days after the Richmond half.
Oh, so wow.
Then, yeah. And it was I had mitral valve prolapse. It required a valve repair, which I did in 2022.
Okay.
And I am good to go.
Good.
And then I ran the 8K that year. And I coached an 8K team.
That's
and that
amazing.
was amazing. And then last year I ran the half marathon with my mother-in-law, and it was super emotional because I felt like I had been kind of like the whole gamut, like the full stretch of everything.
No, and to also have found out 2 days after the last half you had done, and then to get to come back and do it again healthy is huge.
Right. Yeah, it was incredible. And like, I have such a special place in my heart for Richmond. It was my first marathon, sports backers mean so much to me. And it's just, I think it's the best day of the year in the city, to be honest. So yeah, it's super fun to do. And I have done Richmond in some capacity, I think every year since like 2018 or something that.
I'm biased, but I agree. I think it's just so fun. I mean, I'm at the finish now, and I used to be out on the course for a couple of years, and it's just so, I mean, we always talk that we're America's friendliest, but it's just so fun and supportive. And I can't imagine living in another city where the community doesn't get behind it the way that they do. And the neighborhoods don't need any direction from us and are coming out and supporting like that. It's awesome.
Yeah, for a neighborhood to slice their own oranges and be like, here you go, people I don't know. Like, that's,
Yeah,
when I
right?
heard about that last year, I was like, what? Like, that is so nice.
I know there's so many like extra food and drink stops along the way that, you know, like aren't the sports backer, like the actual race ones. And it's so fun.
I know. It would be like, if I didn't work at Sports Backers, I feel like I would always be torn about like running it or just like hanging out and sharing. My husband always is like, I'm going to, because we don't live that far from the course. We live really close to the Pope Arch. And he's always like, I'm going to set up, I'm not going to run, I'll set it up. And then inevitably he always runs it. So
I know that's like so I live near mile 10 of the marathon. And we love cheering for it. But since like 2018, both of us, my husband and I, have run it in, you know, in varying capacities. But I did love when I did the 8K, I actually got back home in time to be able to cheer on the marathon.
That's great. That's a good
feeling.
Was
like best of both worlds.
Yeah.
And my husband does one of the pace teams. So he typically does like the 4-hour marathon pace because he is insane.
Yeah.
I mean, not insane,
that
but
is,
like,
I would have so much anxiety as a pacer. I can't even imagine.
Oh, for some reason, his brain just like loves that. And he will just like perfectly pace it. But he's got like all the fancy gadgets on his watch and, you know, like the timers to make sure that they're on the right mile splits and stuff. And then he'll just chat the whole time. Like it's a super casual thing. Whereas if I were to go out and run a 4-hour marathon, I would be like sucking wind. Yeah.
I number one could not, but then number two, my team would sink back half an hour because I would be focusing on yapping instead of on running. And I would be like, tell me that story again. Tell me about your life.
Let's take a pic real quick.
Yeah.
Like, now
jump food stop. We gotta stay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we gotta sprint because we're so behind that it's like
you're like you see somebody that you know on the course and you stop for a minute. I did that one marathon. I was like, you know what? At this point, I stopped to my family. I talked to like 2 of my friends. I stopped at like my other friend at mile 20, and they were like, "Don't you need to go?" And I was like,
I'll make it.
No biggie. I'm not pacing. It's fine.
Yeah. Nobody's relying on me to finish.
That was like the perfect segue because we're actually having Karen McCarthy, who is responsible for all of our pace teams, on next week with a pacer. So perfect timing. If you're interested at all, you're wondering what pacing is and how you can be a part of a pace team, listen next week and you'll get all those answers. Yeah. Now I've got a lot more questions for her thinking about that.
That's
all
awesome.
right. Now it is time for your this or that.
Yes.
So we know that you work, Cameron said that you at the President's Council interest meeting said, do not ask you any dental recommendations, even though you work at a dentist office. And I just ignored that. So if you're picking Colgate or Crest, which one?
Oh gosh.
Or Sensodyne, because I also use Sensodyne too.
Okay. Is that real? Like, or Sensodyne? Because I use Sensodyne.
Okay, Sensodyne it is.
Yeah.
Yep. I have some sensitive teeth, and I love Sensodyne.
Okay. See, for the sensitive teeth girlies, I have to put that in there.
I'm a Crest girl, me myself.
I'm Colgate. Well, I have 2 different toothpastes because I had to get Sensodyne halfway through my toothpaste now. So I like do one in the morning, one in the evening.
I'm also what they're selling at Costco.
Okay, that's like.
I will tell you that what like is generally recommended at the practice with like 70+ dentists is as long as it has fluoride in it, you're good.
Okay. Good to know. Everybody check your ingredients.
I was gonna say, everybody, you heard it. You heard it here first. Saved you a trip to the dentist.
Okay. Yeah, now somebody like at the practice is gonna watch this and be like, no.
Put a warning up on the screen.
This is false information. It's fine.
Yeah, not a dentist.
Okay, I know that I saw you work. Okay, you worked the bag check at the 10K, but then I remember you worked the expo at the marathon last year.
Yeah.
So do you prefer 10K or marathon, being at which one?
As a participant or as
both?
Volunteer, which one do you prefer?
As a volunteer, 10K. 10K is so fun.
Okay.
Not that the marathon's not fun, but I think people come out in costumes and in big groups, and it just feels like this 6-mile block party.
Yeah.
That is, everybody knows about it. I mean, I ran the 10K when I was like 13, I think, with my dad. I ran it I ran, and maybe even 12. I think I ran it 2 years in middle school or something. So it's just such a Richmond tradition, and it's so fun. As a participant, marathon, it is so fun. I mean, they're both fun, but
yeah, both
but
fun.
in different ways.
yeah.
This one is just because, you know, we got those crispy fall mornings. Even though I'm a summer girl and I want to pretend that this isn't happening, we have these crispy fall mornings on the way, which I am drinking real basic. I am drinking a PSL. We got talking about only one pump of pumpkin. You don't want to rot your teeth.
Only one.
But pumpkin or apple, which flavor do you lean towards in your fall time?
Apple. Yeah, I'm not a pumpkin fan.
Me too.
Yeah, I feel like people really go. I like both, honestly.
Yeah. Because I worked at Starbucks. When I worked there, they were like, try. Everybody is like, apple spice. I was like, okay, I'll try it. And then I was like, I don't like this at all. I don't like
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
I weirdly
a new one.
Yeah.
Oh, I am not a spice fan. That's like that's my thing. So like, it's not necessarily pumpkin or apple. It's just like don't put the spice part in it. But
I like the spice. That's the part I want.
She just wants
like spice. A spice cake,
spice latte.
Yeah, spice latte.
Spice latte.
Hold the pumpkin.
Yeah, I'm an apple girl too, but I'm more like as an apple baked goods.
Yeah.
Yum.
So I have a third thing to throw in here because my friends and I were actually talking about this last night at book club. Pecan. That is like
pecan.
That's a good fall.
Yeah.
That is, yep. Fall. So one of my friends made pecan tartlets the other night, and they were incredible. And then another friend made pecan cookies. And then last night somebody made pecan bars, and we were like, is this the fall of pecans?
Leaning into
Did the book have pecans in it?
Right.
No.
Well, now I have to be nosy. What book did you read?
We read The Most Fun We Ever Had by Claire Lombardo. It's like
never
a
even heard of that.
multi-generational family drama, and it's very good.
That's my favorite type of genre, honestly. I love a multi-generational. I'm going to have to put it on my TBR.
Yeah.
All right.
Make sure you go. I already planned this out. I planned it out months ago with my grandma. The Richard Bland has a pecan festival. October 25th.
Oh, yeah.
You gotta go. I miss it every year, and me and my grandma miss it every single year. And then a couple months ago, I was like, okay, I'm gonna put this date on my calendar. Me and my grandma are going. So it's October 26th if you want to go.
I love it.
That's the cutest. Well, thank you so much. We had a great time, and I got a book recommendation. Now I want pecans.
Yeah.
It's just pecan.
It's fun.
Just a great time having you on the podcast. So we really appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me. It was really fun.
Great. Well, good luck with all your training for the half, and hopefully we get some people out at President's Council to come hang out with you and all your friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. We'd love to have you.
Thanks. Bye, President.
Bye. That's our break.